We've only seen one Foamposite so far in 2024, and that was the return of the Eggplant. And it seems like quite a contrast to last year where we saw a ton of foams, or at least that's what I remember. But now we're about to see the second Foamposite of 2024, and sometimes when a colorway is just very simple, I can't quite put my finger on it, but it just really works. Nike Air Foamposite 1 Light or Wood Brown. This shoe is dropping on May 31st for $240 in the United States, and it's definitely reminiscent of the Foamposite Pearl that we last saw in 2010. And if you didn't know the backstory, Penny Hardaway, he met with Nike executives. They were discussing the next signature shoe, and he saw this shoe in the Nike exec's bag, and he was like, "What is that? I need that." He showed a lot of interest, and the rest is history. In the upper of the shoe, it is Foamposite material, and the way they make this material is by heating up polyurethane to around 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Then they pour it into a mold, and when the polyurethane cools, it forms that shape. And the reason why Foamposites and shoes that use the same material like the LeBron 4s are so expensive is because that mold is super expensive. You see this very unique shape that was inspired by the shell of a beetle. Really cool, just still nothing like it in 2024. Just super unique and timeless. And Foamposite is known to be a very durable material, and it's also one that really molds to your feet the more you wear it, so definitely have patience. I'll have more to say on size and comfort later, but this is one of those shoes requires a longer break-in time, but afterwards it's definitely worth the wait. And usually for Foamposites, you'll see like a very reflective, almost kind of vinyl finish to it, so it gives off that like sheen. This one is slightly different. It's kind of hard to tell through video, but it's almost got like this matte finish over it, kind of similar to the Dreamer World Foamposites. And if you've never felt this material before, the best way I can describe it is it's kind of like hardened rubber, but it's still got like a bit of give. You can still push it in, so it's not completely solid. And moving on to the eye stays of the shoe, this does come in leather. The original Foamposites did come with nubuck in that area of the shoe. A lot of people don't like when they switch it out to leather. I don't really mind it too much. But this leather on this shoe, it's not the best. Can't really expect Nike to give you the best leather in such small amounts. And staying on this area of the shoe, this shoe doesn't come with any extra laces, so just black laces out of the box. And then moving up to tongue, you see this like one line of light or wood brown color extending all the way up to that jeweled 1 cent logo. And that 1 cent logo, of course, belongs to Penny Hardaway, just one of the most fun players to watch when he was in his prime. One of those very tragic stories in the NBA, like Derrick Rose, Brandon Roy, where their careers just ended way too early because of injuries, but he was definitely one of the most fun players to watch. And this Penny 1 cent logo, still one of the best athlete logos ever. And my biggest nitpick about the Foamposites, it comes with 2 pull tabs. I get it, practically, functionality wise, it does kind of make sense. The shoe can be hard to put like your feet into it. 2 pull tabs though, just from an aesthetic point of view, I think it's one too many. I don't love that, but it's not a huge deal. And then moving on to the booty of the shoe, again, you'll see that 1 cent logo that's embroidered on the back. And the Foamposites does come with a full-length Zoom Air unit, and it's actually double stacked in the heel, so really going after a responsive and low profile feel. But it also does come with a carbon fiber plate, so really well supported hair. And the outsole of the shoe, herringbone traction, surrounded by this semi-translucent outsole. And of course, you'll see that 1 cent logo again on the outsole. And then right at the top of the toe box, Zoom Air, in case you forgot, white-top cushioning belongs in the shoe. I will say this kind of yellowish tinge to the outsole is not my favorite. Kind of wish it was just like white, but I get it. It's kind of in complement to the light or wood brown on the upper, but I think white over here would have just made it pop a little bit more, but that's just me. One thing about those translucent outsoles is if you're not playing in a super well-maintained and super clean gym, the traction can be kind of mediocre, kind of subpar. But if you're playing in a really good gym, traction is definitely very good. And the insole of the shoe, I don't even know what this is, but definitely feels very cheap. It's not the best insoles. And the box of the shoe, a very sleek black Nike box. Now in terms of sizing and comfort, I am a wide footer. For foams, I still just go true to size. It is definitely one of those shoes that it can feel kind of tight when you first put your feet in, especially as a wide and flat footer. But over time, like I said before, it really molds to your feet. It does have a longer break-in time, but just have some patience, break it in. Whether or not you have wide feet, I do recommend just sticking true to size. Now this shoe does come with this kind of inner booty that is attached to the tongue. That also just gives it a more snug feel, a tighter fit, and in terms of overall comfort, I think inside the shoe, like around your feet, I think it feels really nice. I will say it is a pretty heavy and bricky and clunky shoe. That's probably the biggest nitpick. Still relatively flat to the ground. The carbon fiber, I just love. Super lightweight, but provides so much support. I think for everyday use, it's definitely a very comfortable shoe. And that brings the total sole score of the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Light Woolwood Brown to 32 out of 40. A pretty good score compared to other general releases. In terms of colorway, like I said at the intro of my video, some colorways just really work. I think none of these colors really pop out or stand out, but together, I just think it's super clean, super easy to wear with the contrast of the black against this light woolwood brown. Yeah, it's very nice. It's very, very nice. Now, in terms of the materials, I like Foamposite material, super durable, molds to your feet, looks very unique, still nothing like it, and still very unique in 2024, just like how it feels. And I like the tech specs of the foams with that full-length Zoom Air unit, as well as the carbon fiber. Can't really ask for too much more. And in terms of the comfort of the shoe, I think this is a pretty comfortable shoe. The weight of the foams maybe is one complaint that many people will have. I don't mind it too much just for like casual use. I'm not gonna play ball in them. And I think just inside your feet, feels very snug, very well fitted. I like the comfort of the shoe. And in terms of the versatility of the Foamposites, I will say it is a very still athletic and bulky kind of looking shoe. It is definitely very loud, very unique, so you either hate it or love it. And in terms of the wearability of the colorway, this is a very wearable colorway. Just very subtle colors, very muted, nothing sticks out too much. The silhouette itself is already very attention grabbing, so the colorway is very subtle, very subdued. I think this is a very easy to wear Foamposite. Some Foamposites are just so outrageous, so out there. It's like, what are you supposed to wear that with? Only some people can pull it off. I can't pull off the most outrageous colorways, but this colorway, definitely easy to wear. There were some rumors about the return of the Foamposite Galaxies in 2024. I believe those rumors have been debunked, so they're not going to come back this year. I think maybe, or maybe I'm just making it up, but I think that got pushed to 2025, so we may still see it very soon. But in the meantime, I think a colorway like this, even though it's very general release, nothing super special, nothing super funky. I know there's a lot of things you can do with this material, but I think a colorway like this is really nice. Really, really nice. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Sole Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Light Woolwood Brown. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes